Hey, what's up, my name is MMTJ here. The topic of today's video is a topic that I've been meaning to discuss for a long time now. This is something that me and Skinny have dealt with over the course of actually being YouTubers and having the Black Star Commentary channel up. The times that I've seen this, I was like, it's not really that big of a deal, just brushed it aside. The times that Skinny has seen this, he was like, not really that big of a deal, just brushed it aside. And then it gradually kept happening, and then it stopped. And now that we're back to trying to get the channel up off the ground, this shit has surfaced again. And I took that as a sign that this needs to be discussed in detail. And that thing is sub for subbing. Now, before I get into the nitty-gritty of this, I would like to say that I find nothing wrong with doing sub for subbing when you're just starting off trying to get your YouTube channel off the ground, no matter what you do, whether it be video game commentary or otherwise. I don't find it to be a problem, and that is because when you're just starting this off, you are nameless, you are faceless, nobody knows who you are, and you want to try to get the word out. So you have to try to network with other people. And in that regard, I don't find it to be a problem to go ahead and do the sub for sub when you're just starting off fresh. Because I feel that is the only way you're going to actually have any type of force to push your channel off the starting line. I will say I don't find nothing wrong with it in the beginning, the sub for subbing, because we all have to start somewhere. I don't think it's even possible. If it is, hell, I haven't found out yet, because Black Star Commentary started the same way. Now, with that out of the way, I say I do have a problem with sub for subbing when you're a fair ways into your YouTube career and you're using that as the crux of trying to get subscribers and attention. Well, not even attention, but more subscribers. And I'm going to explain this. Explain why I feel this is. When you ask for a sub in return, when you give a sub in return for a sub, that is not a good thing, because when you do that, you're saying that I gave you a sub, so just off the fact that I gave you this, you automatically should give me that. Saying that I sub to your channel, sub to mine, is the most flaccid excuse I've ever heard for anybody to sub to a channel. That is bullshit. That lets me know that you don't have any faith in your content to let it speak on its own for anybody who goes to view your videos. You have to go ahead and go and beg. You have to demand people to do this. You have to demand people to do this in order to get that. That is not a good way to do this. For me, and I firmly believe this is my belief, that you let your content speak for itself. You don't go on other people's videos and say, I subbed, you should sub to my shit. That is bullshit. I do not believe that for a fucking second. There has not been one, and I will honestly say this, there has not been one time when Skinny or myself has gone on anybody's video and said, we sub to our channel back. We do not do that. At least we had enough sense then to do that, but we didn't fully understand the concept of what we were doing, because you have a sub for sub relationship. Are you doing that and actually intending on watching that person's videos, or are you just doing that just so you could go ahead and have an extra number added to your overall sub count? You know, are you doing that for that? That makes no sense, because in the long run, you're gonna have a high number of subs But how many people out of those subs that you have are loyal, who are watching your videos on the regular, who are commenting on your videos on the regular, who are liking your videos on the regular, who are sharing your videos on the regular? You know, you have big numbers, and throughout my time of doing this for YouTube, I have seen plenty of channels who have had high numbers of subscribers but low numbers of views, low numbers of likes, low numbers of comments, or they're just not existent in general. They're just not there. And I honestly think that that's a victim, that they're victims of that sub for sub bullshit. I hate seeing that. And it's made even worse by the fact that if you don't do it, then the person who went on ahead and did it gets fucking mad. They get so butthurt that you didn't sub back because you subbed to them. And the times that I've seen this, I've actually watched some of the people who have left comments like that on our channel, and I didn't think that they were worth it. I will say this: some people who do this fucking suck. It's plain and simple, they fucking suck at it. But they don't want to get told that. I haven't really told anybody this. Well, I take that back. I've said it, but not super blatantly like I'm putting it here. Not everybody is meant to do this. You know? If you really feel like your content is worth it, then let your content speak for itself. You know? You have to believe in your own content that you create in order to have people come to you. For anybody who comes across your video, there have been a lot of people who I have seen in my career of doing this for YouTube, but very few people who I've subbed to. High amount of people who I've watched, low amount of people who I've subbed to, because not everybody who does this is good. And I've left comments saying that, okay, you have problems with this, problems with this, problems with this. You know, you can go ahead and improve on these things. I'll come back and we'll see how things go. If I see that you actually have some improvement, then I'll be like, okay, you're actually taking this shit to heart, so that means you're serious about what you do. And I will go ahead and I'll be like, fuck it. I'll go ahead, sub, show support. But I'm not gonna do it just for the fact of, okay, I sub to you, that's another notch on your belt, now you sub to me, that's another notch on my belt, or vice versa. That's not a good way to do this. That's not a good way at all. And I really hate that shit when I see comments like that on the videos. You know, relationships built on hollow trust, relationships built on hollow trust are doomed to crumble in the end. Relationships built on a hollow foundation are doomed to crumble in the end. You have no substance in between. It's just hollow. It's weak. It's frail. Now, I'm pretty sure that I'm not gonna make a lot of friends with what I'm talking about here. And personally, hey, you don't like what I'm saying? Well, fuck it. I have a right to say what I say, because this is how I honestly feel. You know, I hate this sub for sub bullshit. You know, don't do that as a means later on in your YouTube career to go ahead and get popular. Fuck that. Fuck it. Me and Skinny honestly believe that, or I should say I believe, I can't really speak for him, but at least this is how I feel. That if you feel your content is good enough, then let it speak for itself. You know, I always feel that the content that we create on this channel, we feel that it has enough weight to pull people. And even if it doesn't, we aren't going to go ahead and force feed our videos down other people's gullets. That's not how this works. That's not how I believe that this shit should work. But some people believe that, and they're far into their YouTube careers still doing the same shit And I honestly find that really annoying and sad that it's still being done. You know, I felt like that this is something that needed to be said, because fuck, I feel like this needs to be put out there. Not to, but basically as advice for anybody who's starting this off, for anybody who comes across this video who's new, just a piece of advice, because Black Star Commentary is a victim of this. When I was networking, I'm not sure if I mentioned it early on in this video, but I'm going to mention it again. When I was networking the channel, trying to get our name out there, we did the whole, okay, I sub to this guy, he sub back. So that means that we're getting somewhere. Wrong. We have numbers. Those numbers don't mean shit unless there's something behind it. They don't mean shit unless there's something behind it. Because eventually you're going to end up with a lot of people who you're sub to, but you're not going to have time to watch any of their stuff. Or you're probably going to think they suck, but you just did it just to go ahead and have them sub back to you to raise your overall number of total subs. So you're going to not watch their shit because you possibly have too many people who you're sub to not watch them all. The person who you're sub to is probably going to think, okay, I sub to him, but he's not watching my shit. So they're either going to get discouraged and not watch your shit. They're either going to stay a sub and not watch your shit. Or fuck it, their account might get cut down and shit, your shit ain't gonna get watched anyway. That's dead subs. Those subs are not working in your favor. You know, don't do that. For anybody who comes across this video, please don't do that, because as we stand now, the channel has at least 96 subscribers, but a very, very, very small amount of those subscribers actually watch our shit. Very small amount of people who are actually loyal to us. You know, this is a lesson that I learned late in Black Star Commentary's career, but I'm glad I know it now, because learning from past mistakes helped me get better for the future. Helps the channel get better for the future. It helps us not fall into the same pitfalls that the channel has fallen into in the past. So I reiterate, for anybody that watches this, for anybody that comes across this, feel how you feel, I don't care, but at least try to take some time to listen to what I say and hopefully take it to heart. Please, that's all I ask. If you take anything away from this video, that's all I ask. Peace out, my Damas.